What do you see when you look in the mirror? Do you see someone or something? Do you see the person? Or do you see what happened to the person? Because once upon a time, the enemy that I saw was in the mirror. The mirror was my greatest enemy. There was a time I hated who I saw and what I saw in the mirror. Hated it. Hated him. And to understand why, I've got to tell you a little bit about my history. I come from a world of warriors. My grandfather was a World War II veteran. My father was in the New Zealand Army. I was in the New Zealand Army. I spent 6 months in Bosnia. I'm a trained killer. That was my job description. My job description, to seek out and close with the enemy, to kill or to capture him, to seize and to hold ground, to repel attack by day or night, regardless of season, weather, or terrain. That was my job description. I left the New Zealand Army and I joined the New Zealand Police Force. And then for the next 7 years saw all the terrible things that human beings do to each other. Yet the worse that it was, the easier it was for me to deal with because I was a soldier. 6'4", 115 kgs, trained killer. Blood and guts, no problem. Gang members trying to kill you, no problem. Rapists, bullies, domestic violence guys thinking they can run out and scare you, no problem. Then I took that into the Middle East as a bodyguard. From 2004 to 2007, I had people trying to kill me every day. My job was to stop people getting killed. And they tried very hard to kill us. In that world, after being a soldier, a police officer, and a close protection operative or a bodyguard, I would be called one of the most dangerous people on the planet by people who are qualified to make that comment. I was described as having skills seldom seen in Special Forces Operational Command. And I'm not Special Forces. What I had was an ability to see a situation, find out how to get to the objective, and do whatever it took to get there, through anything along the way. And here's an example. Our team of 6, right in the northern part, in the middle of nowhere, protecting a very high-level diplomat. The whole team had food poisoning except for me. I was the only person that was available to protect him. So what we did, we put him in a room. Everyone else is laying in bathtubs with bad things coming out of both ends, very sick. And so I put him in a room, and I laid on the couch with my pistol. The pistol that I had is a Glock 17. You put bullets in the bottom, you cock that weapon, and there is no safety catch. You point that and pull the trigger, it shoots. So this is my world, laying there with a pistol on my chest, protecting this person from someone else coming through the door. But it wasn't someone that came through the door at 3 o'clock in the morning, it was 6 people. 3 o'clock in the morning from being asleep to bang, ready to go. 6 people coming through the door, and here I am. Top of the mountain, trained killer, power of life and death in my hands, the ability to take the lives of 6 people. That's the power I had. The power of life and death over another human being. In that moment, you have the ability to snatch the life from people. Top of the mountain. Soldier, police officer, bodyguard, now in a live situation, ready to take the life of 6 people. But that's where I was. Everyone that saw me wanted to be in my car because they knew 2 things. If anyone tried to get to them, I would stop them. I would stand in between anything that would try and hurt them and lay my life down if necessary. They trusted me with their life. When other team members, when things were going bad and they looked at me and they knew that I was on their team, they felt safe. Everyone else looking at me saw the same thing. When I looked in the mirror, I just saw someone doing their job. I was just doing my job. As a soldier, I'm there to defend my country. As a police officer, I'm there to defend my community. As a bodyguard, I'm there to defend someone from people that are trying to hurt them. I just saw that I was doing my job. You might be wondering why I'm telling you that story. And no, it's not because I think I should have played Jason Bourne in that movie, not Matt Damon. All right? Sorry, Matt, I am taller, but you did a good job, right? No. The reason I tell you that story is because you can go no higher in my evolution than having the ability and being respected as being a very dangerous person and having the power to protect people and take life. Fast forward 8 years, and I look in the mirror, and I see this fat, broke, depressed, embarrassed, and ashamed. Top of the mountain. 115 kg, six-pack, train killer, top of the mountain. Fat, depressed, broke, embarrassed, ashamed. And I would have quite happily gone to sleep and not woken up. I would work until I passed out and get up and work again. Yet everyone else still saw me as this guy. When that photo was taken, I was still out there doing these things. But what I saw in the mirror was different to what everyone else saw. And it would get worse and worse. No matter what I did, every time I looked in the mirror, it felt worse. No matter what I did to try and make myself happy, no matter what I tried to do to get back to this level, I couldn't do it. And I've yet to deal with anyone on this planet that hasn't gone through something in the mirror. And then something really magical happened. I looked at myself in the mirror and I asked myself this question. Who are we? I looked myself in the eyes and I said, who are we now? We were that, now we're this. What is this? And what do we want to be? And I had an honest discussion with myself. I want to be here. I want to be back to what I used to be. And I was playing a very dangerous game called comparison. Please don't play this game. Because you will compare your weaknesses to someone else's strengths. You will say, her hair's longer than mine and mine's shorter, she's more beautiful. You will say, I wish I had curly hair because my hair is straight. She'll say she's got straight hair, she wish it was curly. I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too black, I'm too white. And you will compare your weaknesses to someone else's strength. And you will not feel like you're enough. And here's the bad news. You can never be enough. And I'll tell you why. Unless you look at yourself as a complete picture in the mirror, you will take that one thing that you don't like, that one fragment of what you are, and you will focus on this, and you can never be enough no matter what you do with this. You have to look at this in the totality of who you are. So I had this big discussion with myself. I said, what was it about over here that made me feel so good? First thing was fit and strong. I'm a bullied kid. I was so skinny they used to call me runaway skeleton here in Singapore. The guys would beat me up and the girls would tease me. My acne was so bad that they would call me pizza face. guys and girls because of how I looked. And then I discovered something else. I discovered a secret that if you do these things, you can get out of this. And there are 4 L's where you get attacked. The first L is your looks. That's the first place that you'll get attacked. I got attacked for being too skinny and for having bad acne. The next is your language, your ability to communicate. You don't feel confident walking up to that British, American, German customer because you don't have the faith in your language to speak English. You're not saying what everyone else is saying, so you're not accepted. You're not stabbing that person from that department in the back so that you get attacked for it. Your looks and your language, your ability to communicate. The third L is likability. Everyone wants to be liked. That's why Facebook calls it likes. It doesn't say, I agree with your opinion, you're a beautiful person. It just says like. When you're posting on social media, you are asking, who likes me? You're asking from something from the outside to make this better for you on the inside. It can never work. And the last L, it will affect your legitimacy. It will affect how legitimate you feel as a human being, how legitimate you feel in this uniform, in this department, in this job. And you'll either get attacked from the outside or you'll attack yourself in the mirror. And that's what I was doing. So I said to myself, all right then, we need to be fit and strong again. So I kept looking at that picture and went, you fat, ugly, useless man, go to the gym. And I started attacking myself to try and make myself feel better. To go to the gym using negative drive, you know. You ever had a boss like that? Whip, 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 rah, 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 rah. Doesn't make anyone feel good. So that didn't work. So I sat down and had that same discussion with myself. Bro, what are we doing? How did we get up there? We were fit and strong because we didn't want to let the team down. So yeah, that makes sense. I never want to be the weak link that causes one of my teammates to get hurt. I want to be good at my job so my department's the best. No one wants to be the weak link on their team. So I thought, okay then. But if I keep attacking myself, we're never going to get there. So I made this agreement with myself. And I would like all of you to do this when you get a chance. Look at yourself in the mirror and say these words. Firstly, hello. It's nice to see you. With a smile. Please do this every morning. Every time you walk past a reflection anywhere. I know you're all taking selfies and checking your makeup and your phone. Use it as an opportunity to say, hello, it's nice to see you. And then make this agreement. And I said this to myself. From this moment on, I am going to be your best friend. It is you and me. We are stuck with each other for life. We might as well get along. I am going to like you. I'm going to look at you. I'm going to only see things that I like. And I'm going to speak to you in a way that only you like. We're going to be best friends from this point onwards. So I started feeling better. I started training. Everything started going really, really well. And then it would die off again. I couldn't sustain it. Because when you're in it, people like me tell you all these motivational things and you go, yeah. And you walk out and it's like, it doesn't work. Because it's just fluff. You need a stronger reason. And so when I took myself back to going in and finding out how I got to the point where the team was the most important, I asked myself this question. Who is the most important team in my life? Who's relying on me to get this right? Who would I die for? I'm willing to die for a stranger. I'm willing to kill 6 people for a stranger. My kids are relying on me, man. I got to get this right. So now I had a team and I had a mission. I had a best friend in the mirror. I had people worth fighting for. And then I got out there and I started training hard. But it wasn't beating myself up. We were enjoying it together, my best friend and I in the mirror. And every time I saw him, I'm like, hello. It's nice to see you. And I look forward to seeing him and spending time with him. So you ready for the big reveal? Here we go. Here's the big reveal. So that's me now, happy, motivated, feeling good about myself, out there training, everything's going good. Any difference? Can you see any difference? You can't see any of this. You can't see this battle going inside every person sitting inside this room. We are all battling this at some level, or we've overcome it, and that's why we're the friendliest people to be around, because we see your pain and we try and help. So now when you see yourself, say, hello, it's nice to see you. And when you meet someone else, say, hello, it's nice to see you. Because it is. And that's how we grow together. I was speaking to my friend in the mirror this morning. That's my best friend from the mirror this morning. And I said, hello, it's nice to see you. I'm going to talk to our friends down at Fullerton today. And he goes, oh, what are you going to tell them? I said, I'm going to tell them our story. And he goes, can you do me a favor? I'm like, yeah. He goes, can you take a picture of me and tell them I said hello? I said, okay then. He goes, tell them that we're strong now. So that's my friend. I see him every day. He's very strong now. But he never forgets where he came from. And he never forgets that everyone else goes through the same thing too. If there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do us no harm. But this can only happen when you make peace with the mirror. Hello. It's nice to see you, bro. He looks very happy. My friend is very happy because he spends the rest of his life looking at people and finding people that are struggling in the mirror and saying, hello, it's nice to see you. I've been there too. And I would love to help if you let me. So ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dion Jensen. I'm the confidence coach. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
I just finished my inspirational talk with Mr. Jensen. It was a very good inspirational talk. It's all about being confident on yourself when you're in front of the mirror and also in front of the guests. It's like being able to work with passion. How you express yourself to the guests is very important. It shows on the face whenever you're smiling, whether it's genuine or fake. So it's a very good talk. Thank you so much, Mr. Jensen.
Hi, hello everyone. So this is Yugen from the Method here. And during to the talk of the Mr. Dion, so we was actually enjoy what he said, and that's how he said how to mirror ourselves and be ourselves whenever where you go. So this is just like his speech and his talk very inspired us during his talk. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
So I just want to inform you that on my way back to Fullerton Bay Hotel, I saw these two guests. They were asking me like, what am I doing in Fullerton Hotel? So I told them that I just came back from an inspirational talk. It's about talking to the mirror on confidence and how you portray yourself. The guest was quite interested and they're like, wow, your Fullerton Bay Hotel did that? That's very good, very good. So how did it go? So I said, it was very good, very motivate yourself, and it makes us more confident when we are interacting with the guests, whether a complaint or compliment. We should take it positively.